In my dream the other night, I saw a mast among the trees and radio voice been calling me. Among few masts I've got in my shack, I've got 6-meter mast, I've got 13-meter mast, I've got 18-meter mast. So, isn't it enough for one shack? No way. Do I need one more? Oh yes, I do. Stay tuned and you'll see this. What can we do with this mast and what kind of mast is it? Spiderbeam is a company making not only lightweight beams but also pretty nice and powerful masts. Here's Spiderbeam mast, so we can call it Spider mast. Telescopic fiberglass pole, length 10 meter or 32 feet, the one I needed in my shack, I think. The specs of the mast are quite attractive, I would say. While packed, it only occupies 72 centimeter length, travel bag even size. It weighs in 2.2 kilos only. One can easily hand it by one hand, really. So solid and firm bottom cover. You can unscrew it. You'll find that it's equipped with the foam insert in it, in order to prevent if the mast collapses suddenly or something, to prevent damaging from impact when it falls. The lower diameter is around 66 millimeters, 6.6 centimeters. So on the upper side there's a very solid rubber cap. So that's a rubber cap. The most intriguing thing is this. You see this metal spot? Well, that's an eyelet. Eyelet which is pre-installed, permanently built into the top section of the mast. That's that's an innovation, and that's why this version of the 10-meter mast from Spiderbeam calls new one. So the new model is equipped with the eyelet. It sits glued in very firmly, I would say. So today I will try to push the wire through this eyelet and use a mast as a support for my random wire and fed vertical. All in all, the pole got 17 sections. What I liked most, that the top section where this eyelet is, it's still 6 millimeter thick. That's a lot. I would say this is probably enough not only to carry the vertical wire on, but also suitable for fitting a dipole center, lightweight dipole center. The top section was one of the arguments why have I decided to buy this 10-meter fiberglass mast from Spiderbeam. How are we gonna assemble it? You know, there could be two ways of doing that. You could just stretch up all the way along all 10 meters of the mast, you know, and then you just walk it up slowly, and then you fix with the counter ropes. Well, but in this situation where I am today, you see, it's a pretty teeny tiny field around, and would I extract, you know, 10 meters right over there to that direction, so then it would be pretty difficult to walk it up then, due to constraints of space, you know, bushes and trees and pine trees around. So then I'm gonna do this time, I'm gonna first fix it standing with the first 3 sections, and then I will just, you know, pull up section by section, especially if you're dealing with the longer poles. 10 meters is okay, still possible to walk up comfortably for one person, but if that would be 18-meter long mast, then it's not recommended in no way to walk it up alone, or even not alone with the helping hands, because it's gonna be too flexible and you may just, you know, get your pole broken. The procedure I'm gonna follow today, it's more universal, more safe. While you know, experimenting with this pole in my backyard, I discovered that when I tighten up the counter ropes, you know, which to fix the pole in place, there were a few cases when it collapsed, you know, under its own weight, under the tension of ropes. So then I decided to make myself and install a kind of a safeguard clamps, mast clamps, which will prevent the section, the upper section going to the lower section. It's an ordinary hose clamp, but just modified in a way that I put a heat shrink around it just to make it more soft onto the surface of the mast, and from inside I installed also tiny pieces of rubber to make all the ring more or less soft to the surface of the mast. Probably you could buy with the Spiderbeam ready-made clamps for mast with already you know, all this arrangement done in the factory. Anyway, I'm just gonna slide it onto the second section, and the second ring, it will squeeze the third section, and the first ring will squeeze the second section and will prevent the section from sliding into the lower section. It's not like the clamp is squeezing the lower section and squeezing in this way the upper section. No, that's not the right way to do. You may break the lower section, and it won't work like that. You need to have a special screwdriver or special kind of a wrench. You don't need to tighten it over, you know, just to have it sitting firmly. Good. I've got a set of 3 counter ropes, and I've got this. This is a guying rope collar. I designed it myself. I printed it on my 3D printer, and voila. This is gonna go right over the mast. It's a very snug fit, but still you can rotate it, which is I've done it on purpose in order to leave a possibility for me if I need to rotate a mast sometime. So this mast at the level of like 6 or 7 meters is still capable of carrying a lightweight Yagi, I think. I haven't tried, but I think so. So then you need to have it rotating. As this is just 10-meter long pole, I'm pretty sure it's enough one row of guying ropes. These 3 ropes will keep it standing firmly, and there's no need, you know, for more. In case you'd like, you know, to install it maybe more permanently, or you're not sure that these 3 will keep it firmly, maybe it's very windy, so I've got another another collar which I found in Thingiverse. It's not my design. So, and this would go onto one of the upper sections at the level of 6.5 meters. I'm gonna make a knot, and I'm gonna fix each of these 3 ropes to each of these 3 holes in the collar. In case I lose my collar or it breaks or something, I can use another type of knot or hitch, and to fix the mast, fixing the rope directly to the mast. If you consider subscribing, I'm surely will make another video on my favorite knots for ham radio. So stay tuned and consider subscribing. As it is now, I'm just making a simple bowline knot. The bowline knot is in place. It, you know, it's very firm. It doesn't go anywhere. Sits firmly. So very I like this knot very much. We have the collar with the guying ropes in place on the laying on the top of the second section. The section is supported by the clamps to prevent the fall down of the mast under the weight of its own or under the tension of the ropes. So now we need to do some quick forest math. This level up to here, from the bottom of the mast, is 1 meter 26 centimeters. So in order to fix it to the ground, we need to go something like 1.5 meters probably from the bottom of the mast. So one stick here, the other stick more or less the same distance from the other side. So now I have first two ends, or first two ropes fixed to the ground stakes. I lifted the mast up, and now I have one stake left and one counter rope free. So we need to fix this, and I'm gonna walk back a little bit back until the first two ropes are taut. So I only need my hands, I don't need any helping hands. So let's make it straight as we can. And now all I need to do is, to regulate the tension of the ropes. And this is done by the very clever, fantastic knots, which called taut line hitch. All right, you see this knot is sliding. So now I have pretty loose end of the rope. So you could, of course, take the stake out of the ground, and you can, run around and make it more tense. But you can also use this method, like just sliding the taut line hitch. So it slides, and it's not coming back, not releases. So with this I can regulate the tension whatever I want. So, and I'm gonna do this with each of 3 ropes. So that's perfect. A little bit more tension. Okay. All right, guys, it's surprisingly firm. It's no problems. It stands as if it would be, cemented into the ground. Now I'm gonna, pull it up one by one until we have the mast in place. Before I do that, I'm gonna put my antenna wire through this eyelet and have it up. Here is my antenna wire for today's experiment. It's a 41 feet wire, or 12.5 meter long. So why so? Because this length is one of the so-called good random wire lengths, which means it's basically does not comprise a half wave on any of amateur radio bands. In most cases, as I'm today, I want to have it quick installable, easy tunable. I hope I'm gonna tune it with no transformer with my Elecraft KX2 internal antenna tuner. And so then you have a random wire which is not any number of half wavelength on any band, and then you hope that this wire will tune multiband. Like in my case, I'm sure it's gonna tune from 40 meters and up. All I need to do, I need to put the end of the wire through this eyelet of the mast, of the top section of the mast, which is a big innovation from Spiderbeam, installing this tiny eyelet. So I make a simple knot out of the wire, just to prevent the wire from falling down, and that's it. And now all I need to do is just to pull it section by section, pulling and making it fixed like that. So for my height, it's pretty comfortable to work like that with hands a little bit up, but no problems. But this is due to this height of the collar and the necessity of extract the third section also in the beginning, so in order to have it comfortably sitting. So maybe it could be possible to try to put this collar and the ropes onto the so to say end of the first section, but I think then it's not going to be that stable. So not taking my chances, I decided to make it higher and having this a little bit also higher, but for me it's okay. So guys, the mast is 10 meter high only, and I've got 12.5 meters of wire. I'm gonna rotate my mast, because as I said in the beginning, so I left the possibility to rotate the mast using the collar, the guying rope collar, so the mast rotates freely in it. So I'm gonna make to spiral a little bit. Alright, so there is still maybe a few meters left. I'm gonna string it straight to my working position. Alright, so we have very nice setup today, guys. 10-meter pole, so 12.5 meter wire for the antenna. Part of this wire goes like this, supported by this special pole, and then it comes to my Elecraft KX2. And another 10-meter counterpoise runs just right on the ground over there to these bushes. Yeah, 1-to-1, no problems.
Sorry, QRM, Lima Yankee to Portable, please repeat.
Lima Yankee 2 Hotel, Lima Yankee 2, Lima Yankee Dvojka Hotel, Lima Yankee 2 Hotel stroke portable, over.
5, Roger. Lima Yankee 2 Hotel, 5,
Roger, you're 5 by 9, 59 QSL.
QSL, super, Castle for you, thank you. What Castle Hours? Sierra Quebec 9, Mike Delta, Florida, what Castle Hours?
Near Munich. Greg, name's Greg. All right, so guys, it works. The mast is working, the antenna is working. You know, it could be kind of an emergency antenna or something. This is not the best antenna, you know, from the point of antennas. But, you know, it's just a wire, just a counterpoise, and that's it. But the most importantly, the mast is doing very well. It stands firmly, it's easy to assemble, rapid to deploy. The top section being of 6 millimeter thick is also very still very usable, and the mast stands pretty firmly fixed at the level of 1 meter 26 centimeters at the level of the top of the second section. We're looking from the bottom. It's very lightweight to carry on with me, and 2.2 kilos. It's not much really. As for the mast, that's exactly what I wanted. So with this optimistic note, let's finish this video. Please leave your opinion, your your, so to say, evaluation of the mast. Please leave your message on how do you erect it, how do you support it, what's your method of fixing the pole in the vertical position, and so far and so on. In the meantime, please consider subscribing, because I'm gonna make more stories about the mast, about the ropes, about the knots for ham radio. You name the stories, you name the themes you'd like me to make stories on. For now, peace and victory for Ukraine. See you later in my next videos. 73, bye bye. This is Linas, Lima Yankee 2 Hotel.